Hey guys, this is Hayden again. So, I just did a video about the name change, and I wanted to, further on that video, but, it was, a 10-minute video, so I decided to, break it up. So, what I'm talking about now is going to be, everything that I had to change my name on, which was, hectic and crazy, and just a lot of work, but I got most of it done. So, the DMV was, a big thing for me because I ended up going to DMV, getting my license changed and my ID, license and everything changed, so I was good to go. But I also was like, oh dang, I own a car now and I have to change my name in the car, and I thought it would have to be right away, but we don't have the title to the car yet. It's just we're financing the car for 5 years and stuff, so, to pay it off, which is cool. But so I called the car people that I ended up going through CarMax to get the car, and I ended up calling CarMax, and they were saying that because we were financing the car, I did not have to change the name on the title until I physically have the title. So once we pay off the car in full, that's when I get the title. So, and then that's when I would change my name on that and stuff, and stating that, yes, this is my new name now, blah, 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 everything's good. So, with that, I didn't have to change the car, but I was like, oh, that's one of the things I gotta probably change. So, but I didn't have to do it because I don't have the title in my hand yet. The DMV was fairly fast with all that, so the next thing would be, the IRS. So, for, taxes, because that's the, taxes when you owe taxes and stuff. And I was like, oh, dang, I have to change my name with them, but I have no idea how to go about it. And I believe that, once you go in for the Social Security card, everything's changed and everything, goes into, to the IRS because of that. And so I ended up just filing my taxes, and because I stated that I had a new name, because I was working 2 jobs, and my first job had my old name on it, and then I just changed my name the end of the year, so I was like, dang, I gotta put in my new name. So, but for my second job, they weren't doing W-2s. I had to do a 1099 form. So I ended up getting my new name on that because that's what my legal name was when I started filling out that form for the 1099 to file. So I was good to go with that. But with my old ones, I was like, dang, it has my old name on it. I just got to deal with it. And so I ended up finding someone who would file my taxes, and they all filed under the new name. And so, but I had to present, yeah, this was me. I just got the name change. I had to give them the final decree papers and everything. It was just, for their records kind of deal. So, it was cool. But I believe that since, going to the Social Security office first off, it, also changes in the IRS's system, but I'm not 100% sure. But I did file taxes, so my name is now changed in the IRS, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And then I had to do health insurance, so I'm with Anthem Blue Cross, and let me tell you, they are pains in the booties, but they're not bad. So I ended up calling them, and I was like, hey, what do I got to do to change my name with you guys, and everything like that. And so I ended up having to fax them the final decree, because, that's what it's going to be. You're literally faxing the final decree with everything you, put in for. Now you gotta change your name on. Just have that decree with you and just fax it. It was easier to fax it than mail it, because faxing it, you get to keep your original copy, and you don't have to make 5,000 copies of this decree. You know what I mean? And so I ended up calling them, and then they told me what I had to do, so I was like, okay, cool. So I wrote a letter, a cover letter, stating this was my name, this is what my new name is, this is what the insurance card has, the number of the insurance card was on it, and then I sent off the final decree to them, and I faxed it all, and they were like, okay, cool. So I still, to this day, this was 2 months ago, I still don't have the new card from them. So I was gonna call them probably today and see hey, am I getting a new card, or what, because this is I need a new card because my old name's on it. So I still carry around my old ID, my license, my invalid driver's license and my old ID, and then I have my new license just in case like someone's like, oh hey, like this is like what is this? You know what I mean? So I have both on me all the time, and so that was all said and done. That took like 5 minutes to do too. It was just waiting on the phone forever for someone to pick up. Of course, takes longest. Then I had to file with the bank. So I went personally to the bank, and the teller was like so nice and sweet. But the banker account it person, not the person behind the where they give you money, but the other person. Anyway, um, so she ended up needing my court name change, my driver's license, and my social security card, in order to like, hey, yeah, this is you. And so I ended up getting the social security card because you can't do anything like with the bank until you have your new social security card. And I ended up getting my new social security card within like 7 days. So I was like, cool. But honestly, I believe I might have actually done it before my social security card, because I did it right after DMV, which was like the next day, or the next day after the social security. Yeah, so I didn't even need my new social security card to like change my name on with the bank, but she like knew who I was because I'm like a regular there. Like I always go to my bank there, so like she knew who I was. But just in case like you go to a different bank, they don't know you, like I would probably wait until you have your new social security card. But she ended up changing everything in the system for that, and she was like, oh well, do you want new checks? And I was like, oh no, like I really don't use checks. So I was like, I didn't really need them, but like I kind of do need them now. So I was like, we'll hold off. But I didn't get new checks and stuff, so that was cool. But and I was like max like a half hour to do, like it wasn't bad. And then I like had to get a whole new debit card, so I got a whole new debit card, and that came in the mail within like 7 days too, and that was good to go. And then I have credit card too, but they're not like, they're only online. So like there's no actual physical place you can go to be like, oh hey, like this is what's up. So oh my god, these people. So I ended up like calling them to see what I had to do for the name change. And they're like, okay, well this is what you gotta do. Basically write a whole cover letter again saying this is who you are, or what's your old name, this is your new name, like this is the car number, whatever. I was like, okay, cool. So, and I faxed that all to them with the final decree name change too. So I ended up doing that, and that was pretty simple. I had to do my whole driver's license as well, just in case like they thought it was somebody else. So I ended up doing all that, and I got that taken care of. I got my new car within a week too for them, so that was cool. And then I had to do, because I live in my own apartment, so I had to do the utility bill. And with that, I ended up just going to the utility office right downtown. I ended up asking them, hey, like, what do I gotta do for the name change? Like, I brought all the final decrees with that, my driver's license, social security card even, and then, the utility bill too, I believe, because I was paying the utility bill too. And so they ended up taking a copy of my new driver's license and my final decree, and it was like boom boom, changed it in the system, was good to go. So now I have the new utility bill stating my new name and stuff, which is cool. So I was like, great, perfect, good to go. Didn't have to do anything with that. And then I had to also do my apartment. So I ended up renewing my lease last November, and I was like, okay, like, at that time I didn't change my name. So then I ended up calling them, and was like, hey, what do I gotta do to change my name with you guys? Do I have to re-sign a new lease? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, you don't have to sign a new lease, because I'm the same person and stuff. But they're like, we need the final decree and the driver's license. And I brought the lease and the social security card just in case, but they didn't need that. It was just the final decree and new driver's license. So I was like, alright, cool, perfect. They did a copy of it, and then they put it in their systems, and then we're good to go. So I was like, alright, cool. And that was like 5 minutes to do there. And then I ended up going to the doctor's offices. So I ended up going to Planned Parenthood, because I'm a patient there, up in Denver, and all they needed was the final decree and the driver's license in order to change my records on my name on the record. Excuse me. And that was perfect. It was fine. And that was like 5 minutes to do that too, so it was perfect. And then I have another doctor down in town that I ended up going to, and they just needed driver's license and the final decree and my like health insurance card. So did Planned Parenthood, the health insurance card. But I told them that the new one was on the way, but I still haven't gotten it yet, and like to this day I still haven't gotten it. So I don't know about that. But that was all good and done. And then I ended up going to a third doctor for an endocrinologist, and they just needed the final decree and the driver's license, and I gave them the old medical insurance card too, just in case like they need that as well. And then I went to Walgreens. So Walgreens, all they needed was literally the driver's license and the final degree paper. So I was like, perfect. But at the time that I went, I didn't have the driver's license yet. It was like right before I ended up going to the DMV to change my name. And so I ended up going back, and they changed everything in the system, and like I made them change like the full name. So like, or like, because I changed my first and middle name, not my last name. My last name is the same, and so I ended up changing my first and middle name. And then they were like, okay, so like on all my scripts from now on through them, it's gonna be Hayden Riley, and so I was like, perfect. So that was great. That was perfect. And then I still had to do my birth certificate, but that's based in North Carolina, and I have no idea what I gotta do with them. I gotta get on that though. And then my citizenship, I gotta redo that too, because that's obviously not right. And then, I don't know, I got one of those red cards, the Target red cards, but I haven't like renewed one of those things, so I haven't like changed my name on it, so, I didn't go do them, but I wrote it down like, oh, I need to do this too. And then I ended up doing my library card, and that was awesome. And it was like really simple because they just need my new driver's license, like a number. And like back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago, you used to like have to pay $1 for a new library card, which was fine. But this time it was free, so I was like, oh, perfect. So I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to pay. Like they just set me up with a whole new account and a new library card, and I was like, perfect. And that is a good way to get movies, books, whatever you want, even college books, like out of the library without having to pay like a huge ass fines. And you have your entertainment for free. You just don't try not to break their stuff, and return it on time, and then you're good. Like you don't gotta worry about fees, and you can save the money. But and then I ended up having to go to Sprint, so I'm with Sprint and for the phone, and I ended up going to Sprint, and they ended up telling me that I had to do this all online apparently. At like for the name change, I was like, how do I do this online? So I called the customer service. The lady on the phone was like, oh, like, what did you want to do, like, have done? So I ended up, like, calling her. I was like, hey, I want to change my name on through, like, for Sprint, because I just got my name changed. And she's like, okay, perfect. And, of course, everybody on the phones for customer service can't understand them. So I was like, okay, trying to, like, hear her with music in the store. Like, it was just bad. But I had to get down there before they closed, you know what I mean? And so they ended up... She ended up changing my name on the caller ID, I guess, but not, like, on the actual bill. And I was like, oh, God, no, like, that's what I needed to get changes, the actual bill name. And so I ended up, like, plinking around online, and I ended up changing it online, which was, like, super easy, super fast. It was great to go. I was like, boom, boom, boom. Like, this is what I need. I took a picture of the final decree, sent it in, and bam, like, it was changed within, like, the next day. I was like, perfect. So that all got taken care of, but it was online, and it wasn't through customer service on the phone. So to save a headache, I wouldn't even call them. I just do it online. Then I had to go to the college, and so the college, apparently, like, I signed it. I was going to go back to college, and then I just don't have the time to do it again, so I ended up not going back to college this semester. But I ended up going to college to update everything, and I was like, oh, what do I gotta do to update my name change? Like, because I just got my name changed and everything. But I registered as a new student because I was like a whole new name and everything. But when I came and like got all the emails back stating, oh, like, here's your S number for like your student ID number, and it was the same number I had from my old one. So it sounds like it's all connected through your social security number, which is fine, perfectly fine. But I I ended up having to change my name through the school system that way. So I ended up like filling out a little paper stating, hey, I'm changing my name, blah blah blah. This is the final decree. Ended up giving them, the decree and everything, and the lady was like, okay, cool, like, so this will like be changed within like 72 hours or something, like a week tops. So I was like, okay, perfect. And then like I like figured out the schedule, and I was like, oh, I just can't go to school this day. So I ended up not going to school, but it's all updated with the school, so now I don't have to worry about the name change. I did get a new ID from the school though, and that was cool because